There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualify people who willing to serve. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The project is giving us here the promise of death. The welcome and life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clear body so make you I can't Sktv venue. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes I know money. Emu aye yo. And you love me. Emu aye yo. What is that?
Sktv, the best in Liberia.
What did I say?
Sktv, the best in Africa.
What did I say?
Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia.
What did I say?
Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia.
What did I say?
Sktv, the best in Africa.
What did I say?
Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia.
What did I say?
Must hold by the local and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualify people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise from best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwater, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia.
What did I say?
Sktv, the best in Africa.
What did I say?
Yes, Sktv, we are the best. Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. Sktv, we are the best around the world because we bring you all of the undiluted informations. You know, the information that we give to you. Sometimes you think, sometimes in fact, some of you can be thinking like, wow, how the guys they have security, how the guys they are well protected, you know, but we are protected by God. Let me tell most of you out there today who wonder, some of you who are thinking, some of you who are wondering about our security, you know, move on. You guys, I know what happened with Prophet Key. I know you people will not be able to talk on national issues. You people will not be, maybe you'll not talk too high. No. You know, sometimes when things happen, some of you don't understand, know exactly, you know. But again, for some of us, we're not afraid. For me, President, let me tell some of you first. Well, in fact, good evening, our people. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you, those of you who are listening to us. If you have a radio, let me say the blessing. Good evening to all of you. Many thanks to all of you for always following this show, inviting your family members, your relatives to always listen to us. That's good. And those of you that also listen or still watching us or follow us via the internet, let me also say the blessing. Good evening to all of you. Good morning, good afternoon, based on your time zone. Yes, indeed, it's good to be alive. It's good to be here. And, you know, the more opportunity you get to be alive, the more things, a lot of things you hear, a lot of things you see with your eyes and so forth, right? So, again, like I was saying, some of us, we are not afraid. Maybe the people who just coming into lives, they don't afraid of prison or maybe jail or so. No, for some of us, we are not afraid. That's why, let me tell you, some of us in fact, in my entire life, I don't like to go against people. That's one thing about, because I have empathy. I have love for people. I have love for myself. So I don't like to, you know, go against people, right? abuse people just because I have opportunity, because I have all of the connections. I have no. My best connection is God. I don't care about man. I don't care about security connection. No. Even the security men need God. The security man that we all depend on, he need God. So again, people, help us share the show. Yes, indeed, the show will be interesting this afternoon. Better say this evening. The minister. Oh God, yeah, man, the country interesting. My Jabate already responded to the video in circulation that yes, indeed, that video is real. It's not AI. Some of you been reaching out to us, or maybe on that video, look like AI, this and that. But my Jabate say, yeah, that's true. So you see, when people are hungry, wherever you help us share the show will be here this evening. When people are hungry, when they are hungry, they say a lot of things to people. But by the time they get cold or cruising, moving downward their chest, then they understand life. No, it's not how life's going to be. That's why those of us who believe God, say you worship God in bad time, you worship God or you serve God in good time, and you got to be that good person. Don't wake up one morning, you insult people, they come by and say, oh no, because I was there. No. It's a character, man, better. But again, we have so many things to talk about this evening that we will talk about here today. The Liberia National Police have also responded, or in fact clarified on the internet about a video that is circulations about the Fulani security force, or how you may call it, the Fulani security organization, that they have no knowledge. They are not aware of any security called the Fulani security. I don't know how. The people, so it's just deep in. But again, the people say, according to their own government, that the government are aware of them. The government, in fact, they have their business registration. They have every document to prove that, in fact, that they are legit. But then again, the Liberian police are saying, "Oh, we don't know these people. In fact, we just hearing about this. In fact, we just seeing this for the first time. How? Where? How will you operate like this? Anyway, very easy. But again, help us share the show interesting. Yeah, the thing that easy. Yeah, Emmett Hammer, who even my dear friend and brother, who even help us share the show. So the police already clarify. In fact, not too long, they just clarify that indeed there's a video in circulations, and they are saying that they don't have any idea about the video. In fact, about the group rather, they don't have any idea about that group. They don't even know how that group even exists or so forth. So, well, but again, they are saying that yes, the Ministry of Justice will respond. But then that means my question now, because the Liberia National Police and the other rest of the other security, they all fall under the Ministry of Justice. So if you are saying that that you're not aware of any video or maybe any group or so forth, then what will the Ministry of Justice say again? Anyway, we are waiting to hear from the Ministry of Justice. Maybe maybe somebody will say something. Yeah, somebody got to say something. Like very interesting. You continue to play politics. That's the thing that one would like. We like politics too much in the country until things will happen unknown to us. So again, we will go back to the issue of Prophet Key. We will we'll bring out our discussion here sooner. By the time the rest of the team come up, we'll go back to Prophet Key. There are a lot of mixed reactions from some of the lawyers interpreting, some of the lawyers. The only problem I have with most of the lawyers is that the way they do their writing, you can read it that for people to understand. Yeah, we just make the law simple and clear for people to understand them. You writing from here all the way Nimba, some people writing from here Maryland County, some people writing from here or Africa Coast or Guinea. No, don't waste of our time. We don't have patience for all of these things. So make these things easy and clear for our people so that they will be able to understand. That's one of the major issues we have in this country is education. Teaching our people their laws or their rights or their constitution. It is the problem. By the time little thing happen, that set precedent. That's the time you see all of their, I don't want to use something, but our educated people, that time you see them coming out to to share their education or think that, in fact, that they want to, educate our people. Boy, it's bad. That's wrong. Why you been wasting all of the time and all the energy, all of the monies? Some of you have been taking all of the salaries and so forth. What happened? Why you don't want to teach our people this thing and you wait until when something happens at the time you come up and you want to be teaching? And for some of you teaching, not even teaching. You are acting like your father in school. And you're writing that somebody's going to handle that. What kind of noise? Yeah, man. Look, people are interested in lawyers. By the way, as some tip, let me say good evening to you. My good friend and brother James David, good evening to you. Asata O. Dawson, good evening to you. Emmett Hammer, Grace B. Stevens. Grace, you get Silver Wahala. By the way, good evening to you, Grace. Would they? CD1 Jab or Brazilian Monk also there. He will be joining us very, very soon. Following the other news also from Burkina Faso that, let me see what I have this, the issue of terrorists. We have to be very, very careful. Yeah, I saw this about Burkina Faso not too long. I think I shared similar. Okay, from Dr. Mohamedou Bawumia. Yeah, he said, I received with shock news of some Ghanaian traders who have been killed, as well as several others injured in a terrorist attack in Burkina Faso. Yeah, so the NPP, Samira, and I express our condolences to the families of the bereaved and our best wishes to the injured. Ghanaian traders must not be left to such peril as they go about their trade. I urge the government to deepen intelligence cooperation with all of our neighbors to ensure Ghanaians are protected wherever they find themselves. So they said this thing happened not too long in Burkina Faso. That so that's the news I'm getting from this Ghanaian Dr. Mohamedou Bawumia, also who is saying that the terrorist attack in Burkina Faso. Wow, Africa, gradually something is happening, and we got to be careful. Yeah, with the issue of terrorist attack and so forth, back to back. But again, folks, help us share the show. I'm doing that already here this evening. Yeah, I'm doing that, trying to have more followers here this evening. But we will be talking about, today is Monday. We have so many things, like some of the news say you can even forget. Yeah, those of you who can, that what would fall out of the happening of the day, you have these things. We have the former president alleging that one of his vehicle stolen and alleged that by one official of this government. Yeah, and that news will also come out, I think, on Sunday evening. And the issue of training people, Fulani, training, so help us share the show. I'm doing that. Yeah. My brother, DJS, my brother, my young man, what's up, chairman, everything. Mama, you got to see me over the weekend, man. Yeah, Alfonso, see here, my brother. Good evening to you. Help us share the show, people. Let me see what I'm is here. Okay, brother, are you also preparing? But now he said, let me see what I can lay my hand on this video from the Fulani. Yeah, let me get the video first. When I get the video now, then we'll move on. We'll go to Prophet Key Wahala, all of the lawyers' claims and counterclaims and all of the things happening. Yeah, then we'll move on for the day and see. Also, those of you who are religious people, I'm getting a report that the Efforts Baptist Church in Pinsville, my alma mater, I'm a Baptist. Yeah, so we are looking for, in fact, there's a vacancy, pastor position in the church. So the 4 years tenure of the current pastor has elapsed or expired. So so the vacancy now in the church. So that vacancy has been placed out. Out there, those of you who are Baptist, those of you who that know the gospel. But Mark is here, but Ali is here. Let me bring them on. No time to waste. Oh, all you guys are all preparing. We are the same. Mark, brother Ali, good evening, and Welcome, you people. Welcome to the show. Since since Friday.
Excuse me. Maybe good afternoon, mom. Good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. Yeah, since Friday, my man, how was the weekend? How was the Valentine? Glad to be here.
Yeah,
It was
good.
a
Everything
long
okay,
weekend.
man. There, brother. No need to waste our time. Everything okay. Thank God for life. You know, when there's life, there is hope. Through God, at least we were able to be alive and see so many things happening. Yes, on news, see some videos and so forth. So I'm grateful. Thank God for life, my brother.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes, Mark will get you
Yes,
go, my
loud and
brother.
clear.
Yeah, I'm here. Great to be here. Monday, first day of the work week. Another day, a lot of stuff happening. I think Maybone have given a rundown already. I woke up. Maybone shared something with me. I think it's the funniest thing I've read all day from Mike Jabate. Mike Jabate trying to condemn Prophet Key. Their own rebuttal statement is even contradicting. That's why I say the problem, like bro, is you cannot separate the people who claim to be educated versus those that are not educated. I don't know how you can be insulting Prophet Key. And he wrote it. He wrote it in a way that is very enticing. You would think that he's making sense until you realize that, oh, but you and Prophet Key are no different. The only difference is Prophet Key is with our job and you are having job. Because this is what my job wrote, right? This is what he said. He said a video I recorded several years ago is constantly being circulated. Yes, it is authentic and not AI generated. At the time, I expressed strongly because of the state of the country and the direction it appears to be heading. There was serious national concern, including the killing of auditors, widespread corruption, weak accountability, and growing public frustration. My tone reflects the emotion and concern I felt during that period. However, leadership comes with growing responsibility. I acknowledge that the way I sounded in that video does not reflect fully the maturity and perspective I have today. Since my appointment as Assistant Minister of Urban Affairs, I have undergone significant personal and professional transformation. Public service has given me a deeper understanding of governance, institutional process, and the importance of measured constructive engagement. I sincerely apologize for the tone I used at the time. While the concern with real expression must be always aligned with responsibility, especially when one is privileged to serve in government. To the young people, I offer my advice: be mindful of your words and action. In moments of frustration, it is easy to speak impulsively, but leadership requires discipline, patience, and foresight. Avoid action today that may create regret tomorrow. So what Majabade is saying, if you give me job, I will cause man cost. The only time I bring can work is when I give in a particular position in society and that require me to behave maturely. So technically, I'm not mature. My maturity and my sense of reasoning only take effect when you give me government job. That's just what he tried to say in a very short statement. All the stuff he wrote, that's what he tried to say. So Prophet Key is also licensed to court because if you want to use that logic, Prophet Key does not have a job. He's now a minister. So Prophet Key is at liberty to call. Much about that, but he can cause man call. But the only difference is when you get his job, then he will start thinking, start using his brain. That's when his brain start operating. That's the difference. That's why he said in his post.
Let me you come on first so I can play a video doing the Prophet Key Wahala when you were speaking also about how Prophet Key should be doing and so forth. But you go ahead. This is interesting.
Yes, Maybone and mom, that just it. I came across it when you share it with me, and I was going through it. And what mom said, that's the fight. Or Mike Jabate will be causing Marcos Parcos when he get government job. So he trying to say that you can only become responsible if you get government job. When you don't see have a government job, you can go ahead and cause. So Prophet Key can be causing. And this is why I always say we have to be very careful what we do and what we say when we are in opposition. Because tomorrow you don't know where you will find yourself, and this thing is start to haunt you. And today now, Mike Jabate, this video is trending, and seeing himself to be a father, like we will always say, we are religious people. Like we know, like a Muslim to be using this kind of word, even be a Christian, that's not good. See how you were insulting. Okay, where is Thomas Fala today? Where is he? The Thomas Falabe, you are insulting, causing him, this, him, that. Did anybody vote for him? Where is the Thomas Fala today? You talk about massive corruption that was going on that time. What have your government done about corruption? The Thomas Falabe, you are insulting because he was a criminal. Have you persecuted him? What have this government done to Thomas Fala? The auditor business that you are insulting, you say you were bitter because of what was happening. What have this government done about the full auditors that died during the previous administration? Have they done anything about it? We just have to be careful what we do and what we say when we are in opposition. Anything you do, you don't know where you will see yourself tomorrow, and this thing will come back at you. So he coming today to apologize. Seeing yourself as a
the internet never forgets, Ali.
Yes, the internet never forget, Mom. If your children come across that kind of video, what are you going to tell them? What moral lesson? Maybe don't play that kind of thing, man. So that's my take there. So like Mom said, when you don't have government job, you can go across now and backwards. When you get government job, then your brain set. So that's why he literally said.
Yeah, that just one of his argument. Then his second argument, which is even more funnier than the first one, he's saying that he's trying to justify his mind and park costs because that was critical national issue, but he failed to realize Prophet Key statement also critical national issue because so talk about that got the one template for himself, he got a different one for Prophet Key, even though he believed that he's right and Prophet Key is wrong, and by trying to justify, but then he contradicted himself. That's why I found very funny.
Because Prophet Key too now he calls him
national issue
because it's a critical national issue. That why Prophet Key also insulting. He insulted that time. It was critical national issue, and today he's insulting because it's a critical national issue. You said it was critical national issue, so why should you condemn Prophet Key now, where it is still critical?
And to even add to that quickly before we play that video, but the Prophet Key even accused the Chief Justice allegedly of corruption, but the Chief Justice also played low on that because if you go back to the guilty verdict of Prophet Key had nothing to do with accusation of corruption, but only the insult. Monk, it was just all about the insult. So then what happened to the issue that Prophet Key also raised, that because of bad practices, because of alleged corruption at the bureau courts, that's why our system is messed up. Why? I think we're not even talking anything about that, but only to talk about
the issue you just raised. That's what motivated me for making that post this morning. That the people who claim to go to school and the one that didn't go to school, you cannot tell the difference, and you can see it every day. That was the most important issue over there. Of all the accusations Prophet Key raised, it was only the cause that people concentrated on. And you look at the most important thing. If you want to hold a man in contempt of the court, then you are saying that his claim about the Chief Justice being corrupt is no longer about criticism but direct attack. But then why we never dwell on the point Prophet Key were raising under the man cause issue, because when you look at the ruling from the court, that's exactly what they focus on. So it almost like, look here, not there. That's what they were doing. They don't want to concentrate on the most important issue. And you would think that people who supposed to know better, who supposed to be the astute lawyer in society, the one that's claimed to travel around the world, so have also experience, you think they will focus on the meat and potatoes of the issue, but guess what? The man and power court, that's what dominated the whole scene. And the ruling was far from the man and power court, even though that what triggered the Chief Justice to take this route. But the legal argument, if you are holding in contempt, then it means you are undermining credibility. But what happened to the former Defense Minister Brandon Samuka that called this Chief Justice at the time he was an associate justice or smooth criminal? Or he said he was a legally corrupt judge. And you know what happened? Because he presented a fake exhibit in a case that when they went to go do fact-finding on that particular exhibit, it wasn't factual. So it's a proven fact that the Chief Justice is corrupt. It's only coming from Prophet Key. Matter of fact, the entire system. Here's my argument here. If every international report and every single librarian, I mean, not every single librarian, but a major portion of the population, a broader consensus, can tell you that the judiciary system is rotten, then it means the people that work within the system are also rotten. So where's the contradiction? Because like I said, of every report that came from librarian, whether it's State Department or business report, international partner, they all say one of the major problems facing the country is the fact that the judiciary system is broken and messed up. So you cannot say you have credibility and working a system that is rotten. So I don't need even a proof from Prophet Key. You are the head in that particular system. And the whole world, including librarians in the majority, are saying that the system is rotten. No matter which accusation Prophet Key can level against it, it's a fact. He don't need any exhibit to prove that, because it's a consensus, an overwhelming consensus, both domestically and internationally. So why he didn't bring former defense minister to the court too for calling you a legal criminal? or corrupt judge for presenting a exhibit in a trial against the former defense minister.
Even a lawmaker quite recently doing that, got an impasse. Also said a lot of, I don't know why.
I want to tell you guys, the only reason Prophet is behind bar is not because contempt of the court. That's a contradiction. Prophet calls the main man. That's it. He took it personally.
Yes.
He only has behind the law in it because of his power. It's a position of authority, and that's what people don't understand. Like I said, if they have been in a regular country, everybody will be off and they won't even see Prophet because Prophet is not the target. It's all about what this man is trying to show. Because you cannot convince any Liberian that we got a better judicial system or the entire court system in Liberia. No, we all know it's broken. But then why that's a wish on read there. You are hiding behind the so-called constitution. What's going on in the background? Hearing some feedback. I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe.
Yeah, thank you. So let me play this video that you have from Mark Jabata, because I'll be asking you people questions as to when it comes to the issue of integrity. Should people like Mark Jabata be resigning by this time, or should we still be there and be enjoying all of the best of lives and so forth? When I play the video, I think I've seen somebody entering Mr. Connor.
Today, the justice, I was commended. Let Prophet King go to jail. You know how many person murder you are insulting in this country? You know how many person Prophet King disgrace in this country? Do you remember 3 months ago they may abuse the president? Well, you mean abuse the president? And we continue to say that this country will be on Christian principle, right? We have tradition and culture in this country. So today is a president.
Do you think a 6 months is enough for Prophet King?
You're not going to spend 6 months.
Why?
No, you're not going to spend 6 months.
How many money you going to spend?
I don't know that he left for his lawyer.
But how do you
let him just write and publish in the paper newspaper his apology, right?
Right.
When you do that, maybe they will grant you. But today, okay, no problem.
After the 6 months,
no problem.
But
we say thanks to the Chief Justice.
You are a friend of Prophet King.
I mean, we are not talking about friendship.
But no, it's
we are talking about culture and tradition in this country.
Okay. Because
all right, that's good.
Boss is here, man.
Yeah, thank God Mr. Connor is here today. Wow, I don't even know why Mr. Connor just joined us with that kind of.
Valita bring the man up on the
hook. I'm just enjoying you guys.
CMC, wow.
Mark Jabata is an interesting figure.
Life is indeed interesting. But Mr. Connor, good evening, welcome. Everything.
Everything's good. Thank you so much, and thank you to the entire team. Mong, I think Mong has to pay fine because I called Mong. I was in Minnesota. I called the man didn't pick up.
My man, you got two numbers always confusing me. They catch
it doesn't matter whichever call you gotta make sure you answer. It doesn't matter.
They will call when somebody coming from number that I'm store because all the people can respond to that call their name store in my phone. So when I
see, okay, after this one I will text you from the number that you should store.
At least. Sometimes I can check it later when I go to I say, but I say, but they won't install the other number their name attached to.
But anyway, I'm doing good. I mean, I've been in the back enjoying you guys, and sometimes in several occasions when you guys going a little bit strong, there have been a lot of cyber attack on us. But I've been fighting it in the back. But people can always try, and they will continue to try. This is not just the beginning. It has been going on for a while now. People have been trying to hack us. But it is what it is. We always try our best to make sure we protect our platform. It will be salty at times. It will be smooth, but we got to do what we got to do. I mean, there are a lot of people that look up to Sktv. There are a lot of other platforms out there where, they have decided to take side with a particular government or political party. But we have refused to do that. That's why we do not have certain people supporting us or even being brave to come to our platform because we have decided not to take side. And because of that, we have good people support us in all the governments. And we have people that really don't want to hear the name SKTV. Whether it's Joe We Are Government, whether just a Baka government, they don't want to hear our name. But I mean, it is what it is. So I've been listening. I mean, I don't want to jump into the conversation, but yes, I've been doing good, and I've enjoyed you guys doing what you do. And I want to say thank you, Melbourne, to you and the entire team in Liberia. Not to mention Mr. Masale and my brother Mong. And I saw Steve, back lately, but it's not. I think he's always on Thursday and Friday and Saturday. Yeah, but you guys been holding the ground for us. And a big thank you to our folks, our followers, well-wishers, and support of SKTV. Yeah, I mean, I've been missing a lot. But I've been following most of what you guys do. And I've really been enjoying it.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Kenneth. Thank you so much for joining us, especially on this Monday. And we begin with this issue of integrity. Prophet Key was jailed, I think sometime last week Friday. Was that Friday? Yes, last week Friday. And yes, for the same purpose that there are a lot of videos of coming out on the one of the active serving minister of this government, and he's just admitted that Mon just read his latest post about the video that indeed is true, that that video is not AR, it's 100% true. So we are not discussing the issue of integrity. Should Majabate resigned, if we may ask, or it's just about people joining sides and just take or maybe do anything that you want to do as long as you're on the other side. So these are things that we've been talking about before you came through, because we have the Prophet Key issue been rolling down with other lawyers giving their own interpretation, their own views, including the CMC political leader, everybody giving their own take. And maybe each time you will give your own take also on the Prophet Key issue. But we just played a video of Majabate also saying that Prophet Key should go to jail for the same crime Majabate also committed. So what say you first? Let's start with that, and maybe they'll come back to Prophet Key.
Yeah, so I didn't hear what the CMC political leader says. I haven't listened to that. I was not privileged to listen to that particular interview. I don't know when it happened, today or yesterday. I'm not sure. I also didn't listen to Mark Jabate till the last minute when I came on. Melbourne, Mong, and Masale, and everybody listening. Personally, I didn't want to make any public comment on Prophet Key issues. But now that you have put me on the spotlight, I have to. If you have followed me lately, I've not posted anything about it. I've never commented. The only time I commented was the very first day when I heard that Prophet Key was appearing in the Supreme Court before the full bench of the Supreme Court. I wrote, what a waste of the state resources and waste of time. In normal country, under normal circumstances, Prophet Key should not be, in the national discussion for Bali politics or anything for that matter. But Prophet Key's issue is very, very confusing. Prophet Key is not, there's no different from Prophet Key and Henry Costa and a lot of other people who being flip-flopping between political parties and politicians, being bad-mouthing and insulting political parties and politicians that they disagree with. But for me, I would never support Prophet Key behavior or what he says, the way he does his things. But I believe nobody should go to jail for insulting. That's my understanding. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a legal practitioner, and I do not pretend to be one. But I do not think for a second that anybody should go to jail for insulting. If at all, we are what we say we are. If we are a nation that has been operating on democratic principles, if we are a nation that is, being governed under freedom of speech, nobody should go to jail for insulting, including Prophet Key. I think Prophet Key should not even be considered at any level.
That's it right there.
I personally, Prophet Key insulted me, insulted my mother. He lied on me. He said a lot of things about me. And before then, I try to manage Prophet Key. I try to talk to him to change. In fact, I brought him on the show to talk to him, to change the way he does things.
Yeah, his style.
To see if he can have a show without insulting women, insulting people that isn't even the case, but insulting women. He was very clear with me. He said, Seku, I will respect you. I will not insult anybody on your show. But what brought me to prominence, what made me who I am, is insult.
Mm-hmm.
If you take my course from me,
I'm done.
I will not have nothing to say. And I asked him, during that particular show, I asked him about a lot of other things, including his education level. He said he's a 9th grade dropout. He said that to me. He said a lot of other things. And he said, Seku, the people then they're defending women, they're the ones that really like me. They are the ones that sponsor me. They send me money. They pay my bill. That time he used to live in Morocco. So Prophet Key insult has no boundary. Prophet Key has gone above and beyond, almost insulting everybody. But for me, in any civilized society, Prophet Key should not even be discussed in our conversations. But again, this is the man who has been moving from political party to political party, insulting one person to another. He's been paid by some people. It has been alleged that Prophet Key is even found on payroll by the vice president. It was also alleged that the vice president sent Prophet Key to insult the Madingo community the last time during the by-election in Nima County. Prophet Key raised money on a platform to sponsor or to donate to the campaign of Joseph Nima Boakai that brought him to the presidency. So if people like Prophet Key then can be given that level of recognition simply because of insulting women, insulting the mother of President Joseph what's his name, George Weah, for 6 years plus. Prophet Key used to be with CDC. I remember 2017, after the election, Prophet Key insulted Ellie and Joseph Nima Boakai and everybody else and threatened that they would burn the country if the alien government failed or dared to take their win from them. That was the CDC. He didn't like the CDC because he didn't get what he wanted with the CDC. Then he started to insult George Weah's mother. It was good then. It was not a problem. Same people who are saying today Prophet Key should go to jail were the one that paying Prophet Key. As a matter of fact, they were so afraid of Prophet Key, they were so afraid of bullying, many of them used to appear on Prophet Key's show. I remember one time when Uncle Sam appeared on Prophet Key's show, Prophet Key said, I don't want to cause your mother, I don't want to cause your mom, but your mom this one here. Then the guy, Uncle Sam repeated the same thing. He said, oh, you called my mom?
Yeah.
Uncle Sam insulted his mother. I listened to Prince Johnson, the late Prince Johnson on Prophet Key show.
Oh, yep. Even program too. Listen to
I
Prophet Key.
listened to many of these people following Prophet Key and listening to him and call on his show.
I just hear with this.
Yes.
These people have your Prophet Key show?
Yes.
Wow. I just hear with this.
What they used to do, they will not appear in the video, but they will call in and contribute.
Oh, okay.
In fact, when Ellen Johnson, when Mr. Alexander Cummings became the chairperson of the CPP, the Costa and other people, they compare Mr. Cummings to have a conversation with Prophet Key. I listened to Mr. Cummings saying, "You are all prophet." I was so angry. So I'm just telling you this.
That's a fact.
All of these people in Liberia, when it comes to Liberian politics, they are a bunch of, I don't want to say that word, but they are people that you can't trust them. They have no integrity. They have no pride. People are only bad when they are against them, but they're always good when they are against their opponents or their perceived enemies. So, Prophet Key now going to jail simply because he has reaching to the Unity Party people. Simply because he insulted Unity Party Chief Justice. Simply because the Unity Party people now are afraid that Prophet Key will turn against them. So they have to do everything to silence him. But let me tell you this. Whatever they are doing to Prophet Key now, Prophet Key is just being used as an example or so-called precedent. But this is not meant for Prophet Key.
I said the same thing.
This is an attempt to silence critical voices in the country. It's not about insulting. This is about calling something precedent and use it in the future to silence critical voices and go after people using the quote-unquote precedent. Only a good precedent can serve as precedent, legal precedent that makes sense. Where was the Supreme Court when this man insulted President Weah and his mother through all 6 years? Or this man's mother is better than everybody's mother? Where was the Supreme Court when Yeka Kolba insulted, Joseph Juma Boakai and his wife? There are a lot of other people being insulting. But this is meant to arrest certain people, to stop certain people, and to even, in fact, close down some radio station using this as precedent. It's not meant because they love the country or they want to really infuse some level of integrity or sanity in the country. It's all about targeting people that disagree with the Unity Party government. And they will use this as precedent to go for everybody. Even they will shut down some radio station referencing this as precedent. So it doesn't make sense to me today. It doesn't make sense to me tomorrow. And I believe it violates the civil right and the fundamental right of any Liberian person who will go to jail for being, for insulting. Insult is not good. If you are limited, you lack of idea to have several conversations, that's the only time you can revert to insult.
Insult, yep.
If you got nothing to offer, you have no idea, you have no information to provide, you will resort to insult. But there are a lot of conversations they can never finish. You can talk politics today to tomorrow. Without insulting anybody, they will still be angry at you. They don't want you to talk because you are pointing to their flaws. You are unveiling their secrets. You are, pointing to their corruption. You call them corrupt officials. You call them criminals. You call their behavior criminal, or you call their action criminal and corrupt. They feel angry about that. But now they want to use this Prophet Key issue as an opportunity for them to go after anybody who disagrees with them. Personally, I don't think Prophet Key should go to jail. I don't think anybody should go to jail for insulting. Especially, the man is saying that Prophet Key insulted his mother. What about other stuff Prophet Key said? I didn't hear anybody denying or saying anything about that. Prophet Key said the man is involved in corruption. Prophet Key accused the man of having some business that he's not supposed to have as a Chief Justice.
Conflict of interest.
Prophet Key, said that this guy is involved, with conflict of interest. That the man is corrupt. How can nobody investigate in that? What happened to the criminal intelligence or something? What happened to the anti-fraud, people investigate?
The GSC.
The allegation, the GSC, all the other people there.
Financial Investigation Unit.
What happened to them? How can they now investigating those allegations?
Nope.
The whole country just standing up, some people celebrating, some people dancing for Prophet Key going to jail.
Yeah.
The best thing for Prophet Key is to ignore Prophet Key. But you are the one be elevating Prophet Key to make him somebody. Prophet Key insulted me. I never insulted him. I did not even consider it. But from that time, I drew the line. He never called me that I pick up. I never talked to him. I never listened to him. I don't pay attention. I don't take it to mean anything. That's it. Imagine Melbourne, Mong, and Masari if everybody in the country would have considered Prophet Key as an insane person, a crazy man that nobody cares about. Because Prophet Key will call, you will get tired, you will go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You will get hungry. But you put sending him money to insult other people. But now because the man insulted you, now you guys are getting angry. Prophet Key is a nobody. And anybody who has no integrity, has nothing to offer to Liberia, he has no conversation to provide to the people, only to insult people, mother? Did you pay people to do that? How many times Prophet Key insulted just lately? How many times Prophet Key insulted Yombly Kanga Lawrence and Dara Dillon? He insulted Yombly mother and her father. She is, for God's sake, she is the president of the Senate.
Yeah. Fourth in command.
That's not any problem. So I don't think this is about integrity. It's about sanity. It's not about anything that got to do with civility in our country. It's all about somebody flexing muscle and also people planning to target people who they don't like. I'm telling you now, who decide as what is or what entails I don't know what kind of term they use. I don't know they say what kind of term they use. I forgot about them. The Supreme Court.
The
contempt, exactly. Who decide what entail contempt?
Yeah. The contempt of the court.
One of them can tell you what is contempt. So that means, even me talking right now, telling them why you're there is not correct, I'll contempt.
I contempt
Who
you.
cares?
Yep.
So that means they want to run the country as a bunch of I don't know. Sometimes I love to say something, but now I don't want Melbourne to reach out with contempt to go.
Yeah, before they come on Melbourne.
We want to go close.
Melbourne, yeah, any Melbourne.
Let me tell you something, Melbourne. This government or any government, people should allow people to have free will, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. That's a fundamental right. For me, nobody, including Prophet Key, should go to jail for insult. Nobody should be insulting in the first place. But if somebody say that's the only thing they have, that's the only thing they can do, ignore them. Don't follow them. But yet you will see people and you will take them and put them in your campaign.
Mm-hmm. That's the point.
Put them in your campaign. And you know they offer nothing else but insult. But now that you have taken power, now insult is bad. It's not good, man. I don't think it's a good thing. I will not put Prophet Key in jail, but the best thing I would do to Prophet Key, like I did, is to ignore him, pay no attention. Prophet Key insulted the president mother the whole time. He insulted good people there and their mother. Nothing happened to them. I mean, the one you heard me. No. I'll just ignore it like nothing happened. I'll move on. I'll not even listen to him. But guess what? All the big people in Labrador, they listen to Prophet Key.
Oh, yes.
And Prophet Key has recording. Let me tell you something.
You can record it.
Prophet Key has recording on almost most of these people. That's why there's one that happen right now. Prophet Key is going to jail. Prophet Key told me he listed names of leaders in Liberia that he got recording on them. So one time Prophet Key called me. I think I said the story to you before, maybe. I don't know if you guys listen. Prophet Key called me. Prophet Key started telling me how Seku have other follow people respect you, how they mother picking down to recruit you for ANC, don't do it, blah blah blah. He talk all kind of thing about picking Steve now, Mother. After Prophet Key finished talking everything, I said, Prophet Key, I said, guess what? He said, what? He said, I recorded everything that you just said. He said, oh shit, that got me. He said, oh shit, you got me. He said, I don't want to record people, but you called me to. I said, I recorded you because I know you can record people.
Oh yeah.
For me, everything you told me just now, I recorded it. But that is to say, that was the time he used to call me, and I was trying to talk to him to forget about insulting people. I didn't let Joe policy. I didn't let his government. But I didn't let the fact that he was insulting the main mother. I didn't like that. I called him to talk to him. I even brought him on the show where he interacted with people to talk to him to stop insulting women. But guess what? There are women that I know by name and have proof on them that are sending money to Prophet Key on a monthly basis. Some of them live right here in America.
Back of them.
No, I'm not just accusing them. I know them and I have proof that they are doing it. Even one time, someone when they said phone to him, they bought new phone, iPhone thing, their iPhone thing, they started coming. I don't know, I was iPhone 16 Pro Max or 15. What was that? That was it. So the person that bought it and sent it to him, I know it.
But what are you talking about? The poor guy who mentioned that store for the men, they sell a men t-shirt on the East Coast.
Exactly. So you can't
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how they can finance it and how they are paying the men rent
Yeah,
in Morocco.
paying the men rent in Morocco.
Perfect.
In fact, I know people who put the money together and bought car and send it to the man.
Yeah, they bought car and sent it to him, ship it.
So, and you have similar people now in government that's sponsoring the man. So if you are only elevating these kinds of people, then what kind of message are you sending to our children? So if they kind of make him irrelevant to a certain level, but you only go against him when he goes against you, and that's bad. The first president that's supposed to be set was to make sure all the people, I want all the people that are sponsoring Prophet Key, they should take action on them. Let the free Prophet Key, let Prophet Key provide all the recording that he has.
Recording, yeah.
There are a lot of senators, Prophet Key got recording on them that I know of. That one with Prophet Key instructed, they can't say anything because they already record him and tell him some stuff. Prophet Key used to talk to Yeke Koluba all the time. But guess what? When you started Yeke Koluba insulted him, Yeke Koluba said he doesn't have ear. That was the end of their relationship. They started to insult each other. And now Yeke Koluba alone, there are a lot of other people, they call themselves senators, ministers, head of government, they can get recording on them. Because they call the guy, they give him money, they encourage him to insult other people for them. But now that they may go to jail now because of insulting the Chief Justice's mother, what happened to the mother of other people? George Weah, Nyom Likanga Lawrence, Darrell DeLong, and everybody else, myself, and a lot of other people that mother that he insulted. What happened to our mothers? If we can let our own go, let it go. Let him go respond and pay attention to the allegation and charges Prophet Key put on him. Prophet Key said he's engaged in corruption. Then you defend that. If you're taking Prophet Key so seriously, because for me, I would say Prophet Key is a crazy man. I will not take him seriously. I will not take anything for him to be anything. But if Prophet Key instruct can go to the level of the entire bench of the Supreme Court, can have hearing on him, what about the allegations that he levied against the Chief Justice? What are we doing about that? I think those things should be investigated.
Mm-hmm.
And if those are true, I think the justice should resign. If those information are true, because that will somehow, be a conflict of interest, which is a violation of the law.
That's an impeachable offense for us.
Maybe me, I'm now a legal practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ask me, Prophet Key should not go to jail. Nobody should go to jail for insult or for, having their, especially insulting government officials.
But Mr. Kana quickly to that, or maybe even in past in 37, you said something about the people who are also, if I would be sponsoring the kind of behavior, because, like for example, if somebody steal a phone and bring the phone to me and I buy the phone, I think there's a punishable act or maybe law there that will also punish me, right? The person who buy the phone, right?
Yeah, maybe let me tell you something.
Hmm.
I heard yesterday that Senator Nyatwanye said that Prophet Key, he will take care of Prophet Key's wife and kids. He will sponsor them. That's what I heard that yesterday from somebody. I'm not sure how true that is. But let me tell you this. Even seeing Prophet Key's wife dressing beautifully to go sit down by Prophet Key, to go defend himself for causing women cause. That in itself speaks volume.
Yeah.
Women. I mean, think about this. Women sponsoring Prophet Key to insult other women. Mabel.
I don't even know.
Okay, so now if Senator Nyatwanye going to use his money to sponsor Prophet Key's wife and kids, I have nothing against Prophet Key's wife because I don't believe in transfer aggression, but I believe in precedent and setting example.
Mm.
You're telling Prophet Key why the husband is doing is a good thing? You're telling the wife that what the husband is doing is a good thing. And the wife does not believe that whatever the man is doing is a bad thing. She's part of it. She dressed beautifully. In every occasion that the man went to the court, she was there by his side. She was proud walking with him. Traditionally, people would be ashamed to even identify with the kind of person. But
for better for worse.
For them to even be identified with the ruling party as one of their major campaigners, they may say, "I will not go to jail. I will go to jail. I will not stay on there because you got me to defend you. Even if I go to jail, they will free me because without me, they will not survive. They will depend on me to campaign for them or to fight for them. And guess what? They will free him.
They will, for sure.
They will free him. And that's 6 months. I'm not even sure what a Prophet Key will spend. If Prophet Key spend half of that,
he will spend that money in jail. I can bet you.
No, even if he spend half of that in jail, I'll be surprised. Half of that 6 months in jail. So I mean, what kind of precedent is that? The best precedent maybe anybody can set is to stay away from Prophet Key, ignore him, treat him like a lunatic, treat him like a crazy man. When you go on your phone, you will talk, you will get tired, nobody cared about him. But you know what? Most of them, they use Prophet Key as therapy. Some of them, they are traumatized, they are frustrated, they are stressed. So the only Prophet Key show they can go to and be happy. Then they like him, they love him. They will go there and be writing under their own name. Calling them a prophet. Maybe look at our country. The people that can even go and follow this guy in person. I saw police people saluting the man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, when he went to Liberia the last time, people guarding him.
How many people?
What value does he have?
Even the man went to our PHP park one time, and what happened? The man was even making confusion and sorting there.
Yeah, you elevate the man to a certain level, then now, out of a sudden, you don't want to treat the man as a villain? It doesn't make sense to me anyway.
I guess I knowing and hearing about Prophet Key. I can say almost the end of 2023. Now when you are talking about 2017, I was shocked.
Oh,
I know about
So,
Prophet Key
so I say
20.
I'm leaving you people. I'm going for the news break.
no,
When I come back,
no. Oh,
I will
oh,
join you
what
people
happened?
later on after
We
the
don't want to
news.
listen to the new bulletin, or you didn't do the necessary connection. Oh,
Yeah, maybe when you answer the question, you
But
left.
the whole thing before our case go to the Supreme Court, I think you can start from the lower court.
That's how
But
it's supposed to be.
but that's how it's supposed to be. But how can Prophet Key Uno case just went straight to Supreme Court and it was not sent to the lower court? Because I think the lower court should be the one when they do that.
because the chief justice has interest.
Yes, because when the lower court when they can make it now, then they say no, the case now where it is now, we had to send it to Supreme Court now because it is above us. But for Prophet Key case to just pick up from the ground straight to the Supreme Court, and that is it. You see, this is sentimental, and that's Liberia for us. The same Chief Justice sat over there when Julie Andy carried Prophet Key and Kuchuben Keita went over there, quoted Kamara Abdullah Wakana Mohammed Law, and Prophet Key walked out free. Where were Kuchuben Keita? And the same Supreme Court, that different Supreme Court, like you said, they see basic men were on the Supreme Court bench.
But then he
Since
was
then,
in
when Prophet Key
the
was insulting Julie Andy, Mrs. Clark, Marie Weah, Mrs. Julia Howard Taylor, the former president, and other respectable people in the country. They were all there. Nothing they did about it. And all of these allegations, Prophet King talk about corruption and other things. They didn't talk about it, but only cause. For you to even say take Prophet King and carry in front of the full bench of the Supreme Court, like Monk said, that alone, that's degrading the Supreme Court. For
I,
person listening,
let
no.
me tell you something. Even if BCG felt offended as an individual, why in BCG, right?
Oh, Yami Bese, Sisi,
That
and
may prefer
Yami
basically
Bese,
on
yeah,
top
Kwekwe
of
Sisi, yeah.
Whatever his name is, okay, let's just call him the chief justice. Assuming the chief justice has, interest in taking on Prophet Key, he as an individual should have just sued Prophet Key to any of the lower court. He not even supposed to use his power to say, the guy must appear because, this is your personal stuff. You got nothing to do with the state. Sue the man if you want to sue him. But personally, I would have just ignore him. Prophet Key is not that important. But one of the reasons why they themselves they feel hurt when Prophet Key attack them because they know the magnitude to which Prophet Key insult can go. They know all of them in government, they can all listen to Prophet Key. And there are majority of them who can call Prophet Key and give him money to insult other people. And it has been alleged that Prophet Key is with this guy called Jeremiah Kun, who is the president, a vice president of the country. And Prophet Key is not even hiding it. Whoever goes against the VP, he will insult you. As a matter of fact, whatever that's going on right now, I've been told that people already working on how to release the guy. So, Mo, you are right. He might be free, maybe in whatever. I don't know.
Give you a month. The best case scenario will be a month. That will be the longest. That's why I predicted.
So, and this guy too, he will come back. He will be free. He will no longer be the subject or the issue. They're going to use this guy case now to misuse their power. And that's always obvious in Liberia. When you see them talking, oh, there's a president case, let me tell you the truth. I'll be surprised if the month will end or the next month or whenever Yeke comes back to Liberia, if they will not go after Yeke, I'll be surprised. But then if we're going to go with this president case, then when Yeke come back to Liberia, Yeke will be arrested. When Costa come back to Liberia, or Liberia, the Costa in Liberia, Costa should be arrested. Because you know what? Some people now not going to go about Une insulting mother. Some people say they may bully me. People can sue you now for bullying. Costa bully a lot of people and their wives. I remember Costa used to call some people to wipe their name in their purse. They shoot the world. Matthew Colley stepped in Liberia to get arrest him. Because they say Matthew Colley is a bully. 1 second.
Yeah. But this whole thing, like we've been saying, is that dating is not just about Prophet Key. Dating is about going after critical voices in the country. That's what they're trying to do. Pretty soon, we will start hearing they shutting down media institution and other things. These people, their target is even going to Yeke Koluba, because to say the executive had a power, but now Yeke Koluba is no more lawmaker. But they get that power because Yeke Koluba was elected, just how Baka was elected. Okay, so the only way, these are some of the means they find it to get to Yeke Koluba to silence him or to go after him.
Ali, let me tell you something. You know what I'm calling it? Oh, this is a president case. Oh, oh, they want a president case. Oh, the president case. Oh, they have targets.
They have targets.
They want to shut down some media institutions that don't align with them.
Sure.
They will target journalists that they feel that they are, putting their behind outside. They will attack anybody. They will close down media institutions using the precedent from the Supreme Court. I think this is wrong. It's not good for our country. Those who are benefiting from it right now, those who are angry, who are thinking with their emotion, I read something today from Monk. Monk said Labrador's major problem is we don't actually differentiate. It's hard to differentiate between educated and the uneducated, based on their decision making, because we don't make decisions based on rationality. Most of our decisions are made based on emotion, anger, envy, and jealousy. Nothing from a rational standpoint. I was sitting here telling you that Prophet King is going to go to jail. I told you that Prophet King is not me, it's not my mother.
Yeah, but it still doesn't change the fact.
But it doesn't change the fact. Because I care less about him. That's how we're all supposed to think. Prophet King insulting my mother does not mean that Prophet King should go to jail for insulting when you're not supposed to go to jail for that.
Yeah.
There are other things. How come criminals, people are taking our money, stealing our money every day, they don't go to jail? The whole country is suffering. Okay, the insult from Prophet King to the Supreme Court Chief Justice mother, does that deprive anybody from getting food?
Yeah, it's sort of a priority.
Does that actually deprive us from getting electricity in the country or pipe and water? Does that take anything away from people improving their own life? Does that stop children from going to school? Well, no. You are stealing from the people. The money taken every day from the people. Those are things that are affecting the life of the people. Children are not going to school because of your behavior. You're supposed to be the one being prosecuted and go to jail, not somebody who is insulting. Because you enable the man. Your behavior, whatever you do, that embodies him. You're telling him to do it. But what about people that are stealing our money? What about people that are taking money from the country every day? What about Joseph Parker, who is involved in wasteful spending, using millions of dollars traveling for no reason, just to get money in their pocket, employing his children, his relatives, into position of government, lucrative positions, where they enrich themselves. a nephew, his associates. Those are things we're supposed to be talking about. Supreme Court supposed to be talking about issues that are affecting the life of our people, but not something that you people actually, encourage. So,
Yep.
I want to ask you and Ali before Mabon comes back, if Prophet Key can be arrested and jailed for insulting, does that mean anybody insult your mother in Liberia, you can sue them and the government will hold them accountable?
That's what they're trying to tell us indirectly. That's a new precedent. That's why I keep saying we got a problem in the country. The people who supposed to know better, like you look up to, and when Melbourne come, we got a video of Tier 1 Gonglo. We'll get to that when the show is back on the radio, because he's one of those legal minds that people look up to when the kind of important things happen. And it seems like he always seemed to get it wrong. Even with the speakership, with the House impasse and now the Prophet Key issue, he made a 2 or 3 minute video stating his position. And when you listen to him, it's not within the law. It's almost like he's looking at something from a moral standpoint as to why Prophet Key should be prosecuted, which is wrong. You cannot hide behind the Constitution and make a case against a man. And one thing I realize is maybe Prophet Key carry more power than what we initially thought of, because it's not only your lawmakers, even political leaders. Prophet Key exposed Benin Nigeria on live camera by recording and exposing everything. Yeah, Benin Nigeria.
Hey man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Prophet Key has recording even on JMB.
Yep.
I'm just telling you this.
Oh yes.
Prophet Key has recording on all of them. Even Darrell Dillon.
Yep.
Prophet Key threatened Darrell Dillon once that he's going to play the recording.
But they may already get record there.
But Prophet Key think I
just asked to know about them. To the TV.
You want to know more about the man? Call me behind the scene.
Sekul, here's the thing, right? Looking at it from a legal standpoint. Yeah. Sekul, here's my thing. I think you must share the same sentiment on the Prophet Key issue. It go both ways. The politicians don't think the way how you think. They think in so many different ways, right? When you look at the people behind Prophet Key now, okay, that one of the arguments he was making in court. Because if you go back to the Table Mountain Declaration or the Camara law, one of the things that is repealed was section 11.11, criminal libel against the president. Because Madam Sally was making the case that you cannot attack people in the press, that they got to be almost like invincible. That's what the case you were making. In 2012, when they came out with the law, before it was modified, I think in 2019, it became out of law or out of Congress in Liberia, the Camara law about press independence and press freedom. Okay. The Supreme Court chief, so they cannot tell me if we are going to repeal a law from the penal code laws of Liberia against the president, then somehow you can practice or exhibit that law. Because I know the president carries more power than the Supreme Court Chief Justice. And one of the cases Prophet Key was making was, I brought this government to power. The president support me. And Mr. Chief Justice, you were never elected. You were appointed by this president. So technically, it was because of me that you got a job. So if I can insult the president's mother, then who are you that I can insult your mother? That's what it means. Because if we got laws on the books that were repealed, going against the president for libel, criminal libel against the president, then how can the Supreme Court Chief Justice make the case? So Prophet Key is saying the reason why you even get a judge is because of me. Because had it not been Joseph Boaga, you wouldn't have been the Chief Justice. The second thing here was the level of elevation from this case straight to the Supreme Court. That's why I kept on, don't see Prophet Key. Prophet Key gets a placeholder. They got a motive and they got an intent. Because you are telling me our lawmakers and people from the executive branch are saying we have backlogs of criminal cases on the docket that we have to establish another specialized criminal court. But somehow, Prophet Key case went straight to the Supreme Court in front of the 4 bench. When they first released that statement, I was like, you know what? Irrespective of the outcome, Prophet Key is still the winner. There is no way, whether they put him in jail, whether they kill him, whether they say he in criminal contempt of the court. No, the winner, the optics alone made Prophet Key the winner in this case. Because how do you take a Prophet Key before the 4 bench of the law? Then second of all, your Chief Justice who's bringing an accusation against the man. He's the same person in prison. I don't know the but Prophet Key said all words are meant to be used, but the place able to use words. He didn't use the words because you should have called for a recusal anyway. He cannot be the player and be the referee. You don't need to go to law school to know simple, basic things. How can this man be the one prosecuting you in court when he's the one bringing charges against you or insulting his mother? So, and another thing is maybe they are elevating him to a national level so they can use him as leverage so he can endorse them. Because look at how the people are connected. The vice president at Nima County, the chief judge, I think he's from the same Nima County too. I don't know if I'm not mistaken. Prophet Key from Nima County. Okay. So they are literally tell you if we can punish our own men, then anyone out there, including the opposition or the critical voices, we might likely come for you because we are getting you an example. That's why I say this case has nothing to do with Prophet Key. A more of a placeholder in the psyops so that they can come for other people and using for political benefit because that's all it would do. We saw what he did with Koga. He campaigned for Koga. He was in jail. The vice president, at the order of the vice president, he was released. So what make you think that they will put him in jail for 6 months? Are you that? I mean, you can't be that crazy to even believe that he's dead because he committed a crime. You got to think beyond that. This case has nothing to do with Prophet Key or his insult against women. There's a total political calculation with some long-term goal, and that's what people should look at. So whether you are sedition and you're mad because Prophet Key called Joshua mother, no, it has nothing to do with it. It's way bigger than you can think.
Let me tell you something, Monk. Let's take Joe Weah, for example. Prophet King insulted Joe Weah mother the whole time for 6 years. You know the best Joe Weah could have done? The way he ignored him like that throughout.
Oh, yeah.
But Joe Weah elected, decided to stand by Prophet King to take picture.
Oh, yes. I saw that.
Simply because he wanted to vote. Those are the kind of thing that I don't like to see.
And he made a contact with Prophet Key.
Imagine somebody insulted your mother for 6 years. Everybody said it was a bad thing. But simply because of politics. My man, there are some lines you have to draw in life.
Any boundaries.
There's some lines you got to draw in life, no matter what. Nothing should make you to go across those lines. Never, never, ever. Me, Prophet King insulted me. Insulted my mother. Simply for disagreeing with me on something. I said, well, I'll tell you what human being. I will never talk to you anymore. I have nothing against you. I don't want to be anywhere you are. I can't align with you in anything. Because I deal with human beings. I deal with people with integrity. I deal with people with positive mindset. I deal with human beings. I don't deal with lunatics, somebody who is sick in the brain. I ignore him. Joy Weah should have ignored this guy. Never giving him any value or relevance. But you can't, and Joy Weah go and take picture of Prophet Key after everything Prophet Key did to him. That's not politics. That's enabling and embodying bad behavior. You can't do that. So Prophet Key thought it was good. And I've evaluated knowing everything that Prophet Key did, instructing Joy Weah mother for 6 years. Joseph Barker also accepted Prophet Key to be on his campaign team. Prophet Key went and raised money on a platform and gave to Joseph Barker campaign and they accepted the money. So why should you put Prophet Key in jail?
In jail.
If you say the man behavior is good.
Yeah.
Joy Weah, who we say instructed the man the whole time, Joy Weah says it's okay. Joseph Barker said it's okay to be instructing poor mother. You are okay to come on our team. You can raise money for all. We can give it to you. The VP incorporated the man in his campaign. The man campaign for Nyatwanye. The VP is allegedly paying the man monthly. Then you have to put him in jail for what thing? So, Labra, I mean, we have our own problem.
Our problem, yeah. That's
Until we can be honest with each other and be truthful. To start it as it is. We're not going anywhere. Because we're full of so hypocrisy. So for me, Prophet Key issue, we shouldn't even be wasting our time on it, but because our leaders are actually doing the same thing, then we have to just call a spade, tell them the truth. Yeah, they're not supposed to be doing what they are doing. They are wrong for enabling Prophet Key or elevating Prophet Key to any level in life. In our society, is a bad precedent. The precedent they say they are doing right now is not precedent, it's a targeted precedent.
Yeah.
that is devised to go after their perceived enemy and those who speak against the president and the government.
Maybe I want you to find out Councillor Tewan Congo's video. I think it gets 2-3 minutes long. And a message to the guy. Abu Dago said on Sktv, we are an open platform. When you want to come here, just reach out to the team, maybe Maybon, and then you can find your time to come give your legal opinion. But when we're in the middle of the show, we don't just take people randomly and just bring you on live, just so you know. So you can reach out to Maybon, and then you can come in and give your take from a legal standpoint. I mean, we encourage you guys coming on the show and talking about it.
Yeah, let a person do that. Let a person call Maybon and they can come on the show.
Yeah, the other defender rather come. Even provocation on the show and say.
What are you trying to do? You're trying to do what? You're trying to play a video?
Yeah, there's a video.
Yes, I'm looking for the video. but while I'm looking for the video, Mr. Carl, let me ask you this question, because people are always saying that the Unity Party is strong when it comes to propaganda and so forth. So is it a way to do their propaganda or what? Because the entire country, I mean, with noise of insults, with the latest video been trending also with Majabate, all of the other people and so forth. Is that politics? Because are you talking about sometimes when people don't have issues, or in fact when they don't even know how to discuss issues, the next thing they go to is how to insult people. So how did we arrive here, Mr. Kane?
So what the government will do now, 1 minute before Mr. Kane answer, you can put all together. What they will do about the information minister, his deputy, the way they always insulting people when they start jailing Prophet Kid, and so will they go back to them too?
Yeah, so that means even my own brother Anthony Ketcheli, who instructed who kind of cause my cause on your own.
Oh, that one Prophet Kid, I think from the same village. I don't know how he's not.
Papa make a cause. Oh, Anthony
Ketcheli. So they should bring Anthony Ketcheli to Supreme Court too. All the point because in my cause, they should bring all of them to Supreme Court, because those are all that can call them corrupt minded people or criminal. Maybe they'll bring.
Yeah, but that video should be in your inbox though.
But the thing is, you know, we are joking with some serious things here. Maybe let me tell you this. You know, the party is not going no propaganda. We have a bunch of lazy people in Liberia that are unable to counter the Unity Party when they are stupid. That's all. Unity Party will support each other on lies. They will support each other. They will defend each other on lies and deception. And even imagine. Let me tell you an example. When Joseph Nima Boakai was in the hospital in Rhode Island, when we said it, they were insulting us. Some of them even hated us because of that up to today's date. But guess what? Joseph Boakai himself came and vindicated us. But still, the party people still believe that we don't want to allow on Joseph Boakai. That's who they are. They are a bunch of liars. They are deceptive, and they feel so entitled to the level that they feel that they own the country. Nobody is better than them in Liberia, even though they are the lowest when it comes to governance. With all the opportunity they have, what they've done with it, they had 12 years, 0. Now they have another 6 years. What have they done? We are in the 3rd year now. Where are we? What is the development? What have changed for Liberia, for the Liberian people? What have changed? Nothing. What is that?
Yep. Listen to him, Sekou. I just want to get your take on this video. It's very important.
For a few days after the Supreme Court cited Prophet Key for contempt, I got a lot of calls from Liberians in Liberia and abroad. And it was simple. Simply because I represented a lot of media institutions, and I announced before publicly that I would dedicate my professional life to the defense of the press. I am the same person who drafted the original draft of the law that is today called the Kamara law that repealed all the anti-speech laws. But I did not include the law that punishes abusive language. disorderly conduct, 17.3 of the penal law. I live by the law. The law is the law. I told the people who called me that Prophet Key had crossed the line. His speech was criminal because abusive language on our law is a crime. And the Supreme Court is the highest court of the land. I don't even think a magistrate court should tolerate any abusive language for any citizen of Liberia or any resident. And since the Supreme Court came down with its opinion today, I've had several calls from people. What do you think about the Supreme Court opinion? I applaud the Supreme Court opinion. The Supreme Court did extremely well to defend the sacredness of the court. We can do everything in this court, in this country, but the court must remain supreme. It's a sacred place. You cannot go on insulting the Chief Justice, the justices, or their parents and all of that. This is so wrong. And morally, it teaches wrong lesson. We want our society to be a decent society. I defend free speech. I will defend free speech for my life, but not abusive language.
You see what I'm talking about, Sekou? You see what I talk about educated people? How they can send mixed messages? The law that was on the book, the Penal Code Law 17.3, it was what punishes abusive language. They went and repealed that law. And he openly said, when they came out with the repeal of the Camara law, they did not include any law that punishes abusive language. So why are you prosecuting Prophet Key on? When you listen to him, he said people call him. He believed that the Supreme Court is sacred. He believed that it's the highest court, but he's making a moral argument, not a legal argument. Because the law that was meant to punish Prophet Key has been repealed. And you see what I keep telling you about people? You got to go to law school. You listen to this man. I did not include laws that supposed to punish abusive language because those laws were repealed. When you go to the Camara law, like I reviewed, it was section 11.11, 11.12, and 11.14. Criminal malvolence, sedition, and criminal libel against the president. So every law on the book that's supposed to punish Prophet Key were repealed. So the question is, he's telling you, based on our custom and tradition in this country, it's immoral to insult people in authority. But your Supreme Court Chief Justice is telling you that he prosecuting Prophet Key based on the Constitution, but the man who said he wrote the original draft, every abusive language that's supposed to be punished by law were repealed. So how are you sending Prophet Key to jail? That's why I told be able to play that video, but your take.
So, Amy, I like the fact that you played this video. Personally, I have a lot of respect for Councillor Tiawan Gonglo. He's from my country and he's one of my elders. I respect him and I like him as a person. But trust me, when it comes to Liberia and politics, I do not regard Tiawan Gonglo as somebody to look up to. Let me be honest with you. You know, in Liberia, people at Tiawan Gonglo are respected for the fact that he teaches law, at the university. He's been one of the brains when it comes to legal issues in Liberia. He has been Minister of Justice. He has been Solicitor General. So, because of that, people respect and depend on them when it comes to making these kinds of judgment. But let me tell you this. In Liberia, the thing what they call integrity is not there. Very few people that carries it. Very few people that carry integrity. Secondly, Tiawan Gonglo's own statement clarifies that Prophet Key should not be
in jail
legally.
La marcha va part two.
But morally, what he did was wrong. And nobody go to jail for moral, for abusing morality. People want to go to jail for abusing the law. Now,
not moral, not a moral argument.
The law. Now, there's no moral argument. You don't win any case in a court, based on moral argument. You can only win on legality. In fact, that's why people will say when you go to court, it's not about what happened. It's not about what you say. It's not about what you do. It's about what you can prove.
Or you can prove by law, backed by the law.
That's the law. Otherwise, you think people who can kill other people, almost a lot of people know that the person is guilty of killing. But what happens if they can have defenders?
Yeah.
What happens if they can have lawyers to defend them? Because why? You have to prove it beyond reasonable doubt. That's legal. We are not legal practitioners, and we do not intend or pretend to be one. But morality is different from legality.
Yes. I was disappointed when I saw that video.
Secondly, so you're telling me send the Supreme Court, the higher court of the land, people who are in the Supreme Court are untouchable, but President say it's not protected in honor of the morality. President Mother, I mean, is now also somebody big that you should not be insulting. What about other women? What about the entire women in our country? Do you know the insult this guy rained on Judy Andy directly? Do you know how many women have been crying? So the moral argument does not hold water. It doesn't make sense. The fact that he said that the law, I mean, if you say abusive language, law should be, was repealed, then how will you put Prophet King in jail?
Yep, morally.
So personally, they won't gonglo. I mean, when it comes to politics, let me tell you something. Most of the people there, they always want to be on the good side of what ahead of them. Most of them got cases with the Supreme Court. Most of them represent people at the Supreme Court. Most of them want to be on the right side of the Supreme Court. Most of them want to be seen as somebody who is protector and defender of the Supreme Court. That's why he's not using legality, he's using morality.
Yeah. And several here's the thing I found that they didn't for Tehran Gombe because I'm going to hire him. That's a presidential candidate apart from what he's been doing on the legal aspect. When I saw that video, I played it 3 times. I said, I cannot believe Tehran Gombe be making such a statement. The laws that were on the board, so the point that man, you repeal them. And you're talking about how sacred the Supreme Court is. But the office of the president, also sacred, is the highest office in the land. So you cannot say the Supreme Court is sacred and then the office of the president is not sacred. That's a contradiction right there. And we cannot keep judging people on morality because morality is not on one side. Morality can come from religion. Morality
is relative. Something can be morality to you, not morality to me.
Yeah. Social conscience, cultural norms are all morality. Something that is considered moral to you is immoral to me. So you cannot tell me based on how sacred the Supreme Court is, you are sending Prophet Key to jail, but then the office of the president, you repeal the law. That's so
I understand the fact that many people are mad at Prophet Key because Prophet Key has insulted a lot of people, and people don't like those kind of things. But not because I don't like it, not because you don't like it, that does not make it legal or illegal.
Cannot change the law because you hit the man.
It cannot change the law. I'm telling you right now, I'm a victim of Prophet Key insult, including my mother. But I don't think Prophet Key should go to jail for that. That's the kind of life he chooses to live. Let him live that life. Let everybody ignore him. Let him be considered or regarded as a crazy man like with his life. Let him go ahead. When you get there, insulting, he will go. But you people give him value. You give him, the moral standing in our society to make it important. So what you expect the man to do? You telling the man, say, whatever you're doing, insulting people, mother, insulting president, insulting leaders, that's the value you have. We value you. You're important to our society. You're our prophet. Can't join our party. Can't join our campaign. You attach value to the man. Giving him the audacity to say one run to be senator. That's the country we have. Do you think this man should be somebody considered, a celebrity? simply because for being able to instruct people murder. But even the poor in the country themselves. But the children, I don't bring up the children. Some of the children that were born during the war, someone there don't even know what's going on. They don't even know what's good.
Yeah.
They don't even know how good things look like. So some of the people then they have no idea, no clue. They grew up killing people, the same people killing other people. They're seeing a lot of bad things happening in the country, and then they are engaged with drugs and all this stuff. The children there, I don't blame them. But some of the so-called educated people who will bend the rule, who will bend the laws, simply because to satisfy their egos, simply because they want to satisfy their, their friendship. What's happening right now? Whatever this man is saying, including all the other people that are saying Prophet Key to go to jail, either they are mad at Prophet Key because they are somehow victimized by Prophet Key in short, or they want to satisfy the government people, they want to satisfy the Supreme Court. But again, how long Prophet Key is going to be in jail? That will determine if they are serious. And if they are not going to misuse this power, this so-called precedent case, to go after people that they consider, that they perceive enemy, people that they consider as enemy or political enemy, if they don't use the law to go against those people, I can tell you, Yeka will be the first target.
Oh, for sure.
Other radio station will be there. Other political commentators, and people don't even understand the difference between political commentator and journalists.
Oh no, there's a big difference. That's
a lot of political commentators, they will say whatever they want to say. They don't even not even on radio station.
Yeah.
Some of them have access to radio. But they are not journalists, they are not career journalists, they are not trained journalists, they don't even know what is ethical journalism.
Yeah.
They got no clue. They don't even read, they don't even intend to read anything because they care less about that.
And you can't even put into regulation when it comes to the media.
because they are not even part of the press union.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about that. They are not part of the press union, like, bro. They're not part of any press organization here, in America or anywhere else. So, political commentators rely on freedom of speech as a fundamental right to speak their right on issues that affect them or that affect the country. You understand? So they are not guided by any journalistic, ethical, principles.
Yeah.
Whatever they do, they speak their mind as a free citizens. So they are not journalists. They are common citizens. They have the right to speak the way they want to speak. If any individual feel insulted or feel abused by their doing, you can go sue them. But you can't use your power as government to infringe on the right of the citizens for speaking their mind. And especially somebody that you have emboldened over time. So, Melbourne, Monk, today I show up and I'll try to show up, whenever I can.
Yeah, man, that's great. That's why we gave you all of the time so that at least you can.
Yeah, you've been going for long, so we'll keep listening to you. You have to keep going, man. We hope they take it.
No, but I want Melbourne to take some a few calls, so let's elaborate people.
Yes, indeed.
Because this is very bad. And let me tell you something, this government and any other government around the world, they respect people's opinion. They may not admit to it. That's why they invest a lot in their color brigades, where they can send people who will have no rational thinking, who will just come and insult anybody or disagree with anybody, disagree with anybody, or disrespect anybody who stands to disagree with the government. So they know that, but they know that people are not stupid. Even though they have the money right now to spend on their people to go and defend all the wrongdoing, but down the line, Liberian people will make the ultimate decision as to what is right and what is wrong. And for what I've been hearing, people who are victimized by Prophet Key are angry, but majority of Liberians are saying that nobody should be going to jail for insulting. So I don't know what.
All right. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Canada. Let's go to the line to interact with our people. The David King, David, good evening. 1 minute, please.
We're born by a king in reaping what he sowed. And let us not look at these things. It's a kind of put it right. I said to one of my friends, I said, this is about insult or whatever. guys are using this thing as a stepping stone to selling paper borders in the country. And I mean, people will be rejoicing. They are only rejoicing because of free speech will be selling. One of this government is doing everything humanly possible to have a Ugandan style of governance in Liberia under President Waka. Mr. Waka has not got the leadership of this country with anything to bring certainty to us, or rather, people in total backward in the dungeon. And we have to be careful here with how we proceed.
All right. Thank you, my dear brother, to this caller. Quickly, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mabel. Yeah, thank you very much for your show, Mabel. There is a minute thing to all the families. Mabel, this is out there this time here. I didn't discuss the Korean market in the Mabel, are you telling me?
Yes, we're listening to you. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, tell you. Mabel, for me, the case concerning prophecy, I don't see prophecy was judged according to law. I want to strongly believe that he was judged according to mandate. Mandate that he should go to stop him no matter what. Therefore, the Supreme Court, that other serious cases on is docket. Therefore, it's been my imagination. Here, that enters Supreme Court. In 2 to 3 days, where adjudicated and Stephen sent to stop it, what are the other serious cases that go Supreme Court docket? What happened to those cases? So I really want from Monday to say, oh, whatever case enter Supreme Court today, tomorrow can be adjudicated so that they can leave all the other cases that are on the docket, whether it can happen or whether they are transferring for judging cases at the Supreme Court. Whether they are because so case to just enter today, then the after tomorrow or tomorrow is adjudicated. It's very surprising. What are the other rape cases, the other murder cases that are on the Supreme Court docket? What happened to those cases?
Well, thank you. Good question. What happened to the other cases and so forth? Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Ruby still call from Canada. Yeah, I'm very surprised that people will continue to insult people in the country. I'm surprised. It's surprising me. You know, we're saying that, are you telling me that because we're fighting war in the country, so we'll continue to fight, that will stop the war? Why do you have to look for things? In America, Osama bin Laden worked for the American government, or when they eliminated.
So when you want to push stop, is it how you want you're going to push stop? Because there are other government officials that are also done it and wanting with the president, and they are illegal habits. That's what people are saying.
Yeah, I want to put it stop again. And they will not have again what the way public care, public figures. No, how can the minister is doing it? No, that is not the issue. You can discuss the issue of other people. Why do I call my parents? Why? Or people made that you can put parents in your web. How you can when you call it for a woman? No, maybe I don't know if you want to get it about me.
All right, thank you. Nobody defended. I don't know how you.
Yeah, the problem with
maybe you are the one that even becoming too emotional. Hello, yeah, good evening.
I'm hearing Chief.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead, my brother from Bon County.
Yeah, you know, our justice system. Well, I don't really know. Some cases the guys who are after the thief or other than that, and other cases, other major cases that the Liberians, the people will benefit from, that will set up precedent, at least. That will upgrade our justice system. That we will say yes, the guys can go after it. We're only there for that shirt. When we pray, one day God will set up a leader that will straighten people.
All right, thank you. Let's keep praying. One day. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
So thank you, Mabel. Good evening. This is for of Prince Olake. So I'm in this time from 72nd community. So let me give a thumbs up to the Supreme Court for setting a precedent. Some of us, we use that precedent to tell our brethren that you see a payment for my cost and what I feel. he's today spending 100, or he will be made to spend 180 days in South Beach because of rudeness. So it's a moral lesson. If nobody taking into consideration, they say, oh, there's something called why is something, but somebody passing it around. Sometimes when you look at your Facebook page, mistakenly join that man in a Terry, you just get my call before you move on that line, you go on different place or something. The children have heard it. You know how many people were looking at it? Amen. Don't we agree that the woman is bad? If I say
so then let's move back to you also have current government officials that are also into the same habits that what other people are saying. Why would they Prophet Key?
So now, what happened to Prophet Key? Against who? So what's the issue? If somebody come and say, oh yeah, see this year government they were here, Prophet Key was posing what Prophet Key in this country and doing the regime of Manasadi.
I'm asking you why Une Prophet Key, why you want to deviate from the question I'm asking? My Jabate is live. In fact, he just admitted that yes, in fact, that he been doing it.
So my Jabate,
nobody. Daniel Sando, all of them. Anthony Keseli, all of them.
So that means you don't want to be pick and choosing, and that's bad. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Yes, go ahead, my brother.
This is the voice of the Commonwealth Chairman and POP when they are joining from Tokyo the Shofo. Maybe when Canada issue in their party, we already know that they are deceptive. So they are only not surprised. Because we know after Sally, if you check that main page, you will see a lot of markers. If you check, most of them, they get installed. In that way, after they are self to say, oh, what would we not do? Or that the president is the president of authority because they are insulted doing it that way. So for them, we know they are deceptive. But what is so painful is for people who try to get respect in the society, but they're so low. Where were these councilors Jawan Congo that you could not provide the insight to the lawyer? That always know the law to be a law that decriminalize speech. When it happened for the former culture ambassador, when she went to the court, everybody said, look, they think that speech crime and then speech is decriminalized. And then even the council or the lawyer to the president said it was if you can with the man to court, you'll be censoring speech, you'll be mostly free speech. And I had a choice, they didn't give up. Why the council, we're not there for the president, you will have a private citizen. Then so they will hear him making a podcast that, oh, the lawyer, we're only for the president to decriminalize speech when it comes to the president, they will not know, or open to private citizen. That's deception to his own.
Oh, thank you so much to this caller. Then we'll go to Mauro. Also, yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, my brother. Go ahead. I will listen to you.
Yeah, I'm Peter Davika, so I call from under the street light in Lower Johnson. Thank you for the fascinating discussion. Labor and this country is in a complete disastrous state. And the action of the Chief Justice and the entire Supreme Court bench, and it has just validated and the allegation and the prosecution level against them. You see, this guy left the major issue that affecting the Nigerian people. The major issue, and that is the issue that some of us we are looking at. We're not looking at Marcos and Marcos. Those are being invented by the Unity Party government. So it's just a normal issue. It's not straight into us. But the major issue here is the corruption attitude of the Chief Justice, where he uses state resources to build hotels, in Limba County. That is a major issue that we should be looking at. And now, it's the Chief Justice and the entire Supreme Court, they are serious. The Chief Justice to recuse himself and then himself for investigation. Or else, they are calling upon the national legislature to impeach the man.
All right, thank you. This caller will be our second to the last. Then we'll move on to Mr. Mauro. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening to you, Mabel. Yeah, good evening to the team of analysts. This is Hussein. Hussein Kiel, I come from London, Chicago. So I followed the conversation with Asia, but let me just say this. Even at the 15th constitution, right, It's a freedom of speech, but you should also be aware of the abuse thereof. It's almost in that act. So once you're going to right to free express yourself, but it cannot injure other people. Now that you are saying we need a free training, somebody in the Supreme Court, after we go and read all the charges against the property, one of those even where he said the Supreme Court was draft of some and others. You went before the court to follow the case. Why are we not studying those cases of the example for people to understand? But we're making it to know that the Supreme Court overusing the power and contain power, but not even want to know the reality in the law. That's completely wrong. That's completely wrong. Because somebody saying they may got a right to freedom to freedom speech, right? So you can speak at any time, on this government. Since the government took over, no registration of journalists are going to do for freedom of speech. But you also aware that the accused is there. It's in the article. So I think the Supreme Court did nothing wrong. People have to be sent out of the country, and the government some fact.
So then quickly, Teresa, other are also saying that you have other people, other government officials who are actively working and they do the same. Why not perfect key?
What people need to understand, the court does not run about looking for different cases. So go to the court with your complaint.
But I'm not kicking the rainfall.
All right, thank you. The court are looking for cases. So
yeah, only looking for all the marriage cases. Yeah, on the docket.
Mr. Mauro, try calling me. Let me see quickly, Mr. Kana Bigger. Let me get Mr. Mauro maybe for 1 minute. Then, yeah, bigger people. Let me see, Mr. Mauro. 10 minutes long back to back. Yeah, Mr. Mauro, you got to now be ready quickly, please. 1 minute, Mr. Mauro. Yeah, so the court not looking for cases. You not carry case there. So that means the Chief Justice carry case. Yeah, Mr. Mauro, good evening.
Good afternoon, Sekou and Monk and Mabon. Good afternoon.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Listen, as far as this topic is concerned, Sekou, I wrote several write-ups on Facebook. The first thing is, I think our biggest problem in that country started happening since maybe the war. It seems like our people don't understand English anymore. I don't know what they're teaching them. I don't think they teach English in school anymore. Because people don't understand the grammar of English. You sit there and let people fool you with words. Kawan Gonglo is sitting down there and they're too cowardly to take a stand because the Supreme Court justice will get best. The Supreme Court justice not supposed to be doing anything but interpreting the law. And if he uses an emotion instead of interpreting the law, he should be impeached. So the first thing is, the Chief Justice has no business carrying.
All right. I don't know, Mr. Malo, we're not getting you again. I don't know what's going on. But more, Mr. Kerner, we got to go from our end here. I think we'll have about 6 more minutes of our time to go. I think, Mark, Mr. Kerner, I think we on break. But go ahead, Mark. What say you?
First, Ali, go
on. I think this whole thing, everybody there had to be careful. Thanks to all the color those in the comment section as well. Everybody had to be careful right now. This administration, they are going to cut down free speech and go after people. I will always remember this. Eugene Fagon said it once, that whenever if God were to bless them when President Waka takes over, or what they saw Yeke Koluba doing, they will make sure it will stop, and all those loose talk, and this is where they are driving to. This is not about Prophet Key. Yeke Koluba is their next target and all critical voices in the country. If you want to go after people for causing, you go after Anthony Cassidy that work in the president office. I had so many screenshots of the big man cause that he can be causing. So whenever you go on Facebook, he want to attack someone for rudeness, I can just send it to him. That's what made him to black me. That's what I used to do to him. That old man, he's very rude in the president office. Look at your information minister, PR. Look at Daniel Sando there. So if you want to silence people, you should start with yourself. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you.
Well, that's it. I don't know. The thing here is, for me, I don't see Prophet Key. No matter how you see it, if you want to play your politics with Prophet Key, I don't see Prophet Key. I will never see Prophet Key, because anything coming from the Supreme Court is judicial precedent. I said it on Friday, and I will say again, you can have your partisan hat on. At the end of the day, there is not Prophet Key. And the reason we got that symbol of Lady Justice with a cloth on the eye, with a face, because the justice knows one. It goes to where freedom or justice reigns. So what the prisoner has been said here is farming the man and our manufacture of crime. That's what the Supreme Court is literally saying in the nutshell, that we will come after you. You will be your target. If we don't agree with your so-called free speech, we will hide behind the Constitution and set precedents that are not even backed by the Constitution. So it's a constitutional violation. Like Sekou said, in a real country, an article of impeachment will be prepared for this particular Chief Justice, because he cannot give the basis of a whole thing. He cannot make the contempt charges, because the whole system is considered corrupt. Not only by Labrin, but even our international partners. They are on the record for saying our justice system is corrupt, and there is no way you can be part of that system and be clean. So whether you want to make the case on free speech, whether you want to make it on contempt of the court, you have no legal basis to put Prophet Key in jail. Even the Taiwan Gonglo men who claim to have drafted the law, the original draft of the law, is saying there are no provisions there, but yet he's saying we should prosecute the men on moral ground. And morality is not a one-size fits all. You get morality from religion, you get it from societal expectation, cultural training, tradition, all make up morality. That's why we cannot use morality to prosecute people in the court of law. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's one statement and one statement only. The Supreme Court is telling us, show me the man and I will find you the crime. That's exactly why it is on when it comes to Prophet Key. Sekou, you take us from attending over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mebon. Thank you, Monk. And thank you, Aliyu. And thank you, everybody, for following and listening to Sktv as always. Again, I will try as much as I can to be on almost all the time, if not at least most of the time, because it's very important that we somehow add our voices to the, to issues confronting us as a nation. Personally, again, I wouldn't have talked about this particular issue at all, because I don't see it as anything important. And Labrin people, our Supreme Court, not supposed to be wasting our time on people like Prophet Key. And our government should be busy making things, happen for our people. There are a lot of challenges, a lot of important cases that they should be taking on, but not to waste our time on Prophet Key. Prophet Key is being validated and being, encouraged, elevated by you people. So you should stop that. Not only Prophet Key, anybody else that have nothing to offer to Liberia, they can make any argument without insulting. You shouldn't pay their attention. Don't follow, don't listen to them. Don't give them money to insult other people. Let's focus on how we can build our country. We can disagree based on serious issues, but not to insult people. But maybe, thank you so much. I'll try to be here tomorrow again as much as we can.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kana. Indeed, thanks to all of our followers, our listeners. With the same rope, the kind of common saying, the same rope that hang the monkey, the same rope should be able to also hang the bamboo, because you cannot jail only one person just because of one situation and leave a lot of people out there passing around free just because they have been covered by the power that be. But again, good night, Mr. Kana, and all of the rest of the team. We see you on tomorrow, by the grace of the Almighty God.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The project is giving us here the premise of them. So welcome and live with African.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clever so make you I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask my yamu. And you say no money, the more I you. And you love me, the more I you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama. Masoba, the Lofa, and Grand Bazaar.
And I delay ya to money, and I sadia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I sadia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget na ya to money. That's the thing, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Masoba, the Lopa, and Grand Bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bringing good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from there and out part of the club. For the top people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Vancouver, Bombay, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.